All episodes of The Way We Haunt Now deal thematically with death and dying. Many contain mild horror elements. Take care, listeners.
This is The Way We Haunt Now. Episode 32. The Homecoming.
So how was your trip? Successful?
It's complicated. I found my family, or what's left of them. And it turns out that my death transformed them into monsters. That's the only word for what they became. Monsters.
Family, huh? They're the best people in the world, when they aren't being the worst.
I suppose. Josie, how do you feel finding your family?
I only wish I hadn't put it off for so long. But ain't no use wallowing in regret, not when I've got a whole afterlife to make up for lost time. And it turns out, a whole passel of people. Family, to me.
That sounds delightful.
Oh, Frankie, I'm sorry. You only just told me about your family problems. And here I am celebrating my family reunion.
No, it's all right. I'll be reunited with my real family soon enough.
That's right. You will. Mary and Lota and I.
It will be so good to be home. I hope Cardea has been all right without me.
I'm sure it's managed.
Speaking of home, just one more exit till I drop you ladies off.
Some poet once wrote that all houses where people have lived are haunted houses. How did it go? All houses wherein... You know what? Let me just... Mr. Longfellow?
Yeah?
Would you refresh my memory? What is it you wrote about haunted houses?
I was worried you were going to ask me to recite Hiawatha. You have no idea how much time I spend these days hopping from seance to seance. Let me get my book. Do you mean all houses wherein men have lived and died are haunted houses? Through the open doors, the harmless phantoms on their errands glide, with feet that make no sound upon the floors. We meet them at the doorway, on the stair. Along the passages they come and go, impalpable impressions on the air, a sense of something moving to and fro.
Yes.
This part's my favorite. We have no title deeds to house or lands. Owners and occupants of earlier dates, from graves forgotten, stretch their dusty hands, and hold in mortmain still their old estates. The spirit world around this world of sense floats like an atmosphere, and everywhere wafts through these earthly mists and vapors dense, a vital breath of more ethereal air.
Thank you, Henry.
Well, of course. Are you sure you don't need me to recite more? I can do a Psalm of Life or Paul Revere.
No, but thank you very much for the offer. What was I saying? Oh, yes. While Frankie and Josie made their way back home, drawn to haunt the places and people they held dear, like Longfellow's harmless phantoms, Alicia and Danny made their way back to a very different kind of haunted house, for a very different type of homecoming. All houses are haunted, but as we've learned, not all hauntings are equal. Some hauntings make a house a home, and some hauntings make a home a hell.
I still say it's too soon.
It's been 15 years.
And I'm not ready. Maybe I would be if I was watertight.
You'll be fine as long as you don't decide to do calisthenics or dumpster diving.
I'd be more fine if my team was here.
I'm sorry, but this is something we need to do ourselves. By ourselves.
That's your opinion.
Oh, come on. Seriously? Do you really want to expose your team to this thing?
No.
Look, we've put this off for too long. At this point, I don't think it matters whether either of us is ready, because it's always there hovering in the back of our minds, clouding everything. Don't you want to be done with this? I do. I want to do right by Granddad, or at least try my best. And then I want to walk away and live my life.
Yeah? But what if we don't get to walk away? Granddad didn't.
We'll walk away. We'll walk away. Ooh, okay, we need gas. And I need a snack. Could you keep your eyes out for a station?
I'll grab snacks.
Awesome, thanks.
Hey, how's the trip?
We're about 40 minutes out, and Danny's being Danny.
And how are you?
Fine. Or not fine. The opposite of fine. We're at a gas station for supplies, and then we'll just drive until we're there. Babe, I'm not ready. But we have to do this. If we don't do this, Danny's going to keep flinging herself at Ghost until one actually succeeds in killing her.
It's a horrible position to be in.
It is, and Eulalie, I'm afraid. I don't know what's waiting out there for us, or if we'll be able to walk away again once we find out. I am terrified. My granddad was twice my age, and it took him. We barely escaped last time. I just needed to talk to you right now while I have the chance.
Alicia, don't you dare talk like you won't walk away from this. You know so much more about what you're walking into than your granddad ever did. And you're smart. And you're careful. And you are going to walk back out of there and home to me, or I will come out there myself and drag you home. Do you understand me?
Oh. Well, then I better make it back out.
You better.
You good?
Hey, I have to get back on the road now.
Okay. Remember what I said. And that I love you.
I love you too. Bye.
Who was that? Your girlfriend?
Yes, actually.
Oh, really? I didn't know you were seeing someone.
Well, we haven't exactly been in touch. What did you get?
Potato chips, sunflower seeds, nuts, dark chocolate, some of those powdered donuts, a pack of gum, some sour gummy worms, kombucha, coffee, and a couple of bottles of water.
So, no...
Oh, and cheese puffs, just for you.
Under any other circumstances, I would caution against running headlong toward a haunting. I'd tisk and tut about humans flinging their fragile lives at the angry dead. Because, under any other circumstances, it's a terrible idea. Foolhardy. Ridiculous. But sometimes, running from the dead only leaves you more haunted. And Alicia and Danny had been running for a very long time. Theirs was the sort of haunting that builds and builds inside your head until the thing that is haunting you is bigger and meaner and more impossible than you can handle. Theirs was the kind of haunting that kills from the inside out.
We're here. Danny, wake up. We're here.
What?
We're here.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do we...
Go in? That's the question, isn't it?
You said we had to do this.
Yes, I did say that. But this is our last chance to turn back. Once we're inside...
I know.
So... do we go in?
Yes. I mean, yes. We came all this way, right?
Right.
You know what? I think you get the picture. Enough with my commentary. On with the tale.
Mary, look at you, reining back the narration.
Here. That's rosemary salt water. If you see anything suspicious, spray it.
Got it.
Okay, let's put down a salt circle and mark the boundaries and threshold with our blood. Then we can head inside.
Right.
There.
Litter much?
I'll collect them on the way out.
If we make it back out, do you really want your last act to be littering?
It's not going to be. You're just stalling.
Am not.
You ready?
No.
Me neither.
Fuck.
God, this is just like stepping into a time capsule.
Except for all the dust and mildew.
It's awake.
There's no point in dragging this out then.
Nope. To the study?
To the study.
Mijas, welcome home.
It's using his voice.
I know. Don't let it get to you.
That's no way to greet your granddad.
You killed our granddad.
Danny?
What, Alicia? You thought we'd come here and exorcise this thing without exchanging a word with it? What kind of closure is that?
Not that, Danny. It's not about the talking. It's about the wall. You need to step away from the wallpaper.
How did I get so close? I didn't move.
You've been inching toward it since we came in.
No.
And I think something's moving inside it, Danny.
Do you think?
No. Could it still be using his voice if he's still...
I don't know.
Oh God, no.
Whispering, whispering, always whispering, the two of you.
Danny, take my hand.
Okay.
I made a home for you. A real home. And still you won't let me in.
Are you ready?
What about Granddad? What if he's in there?
We can't bring him back. We can only set him free.
Your granddad was so quick to open up, so alone, even though the two of you were right down the hall. So willing to accept my companionship. Why couldn't the two of you follow the example of your elder?
Danny?
We cast you out with salt and rosemary.
We cast you out with voices raised as one.
We cast you out with the blood of family.
We cast you out of our ancestral home.
We cast you out. We cast you out. We cast you out. It's not working.
Granddad, please. If you're here at all, if you can hear us, we need your help.
And we're sorry.
We're so sorry.
What? No.
Mijitas.
Don't interfere in this, old man.
No apologies, mijitas. None of this was your fault.
Granddad?
It's really you? Are you okay? Are you?
We don't have much time. Take my hands.
Don't you dare! Don't you!
We cast you out with salt and rosemary.
We cast you out with voices raised as one.
We cast you out with blood of family.
We cast you out of our ancestral home.
We cast you out. We cast you out.
We cast you out. Worked. It actually worked.
Granddad!
Shit, he's fading. What do we do?
How am I supposed to know? I'm a ghost hunter, not a ghost medic.
Granddad, can you hear us?
Please, Granddad, don't go. We just got you back. Please don't go.
You wouldn't keep me from your abuela, would you?
No.
Granddad, we're so sorry. We thought you were gone. We thought...
You did what I needed you to do. You saved yourselves. You grew up. You grew strong. And I am so proud of you. Of both of you.
But...
no buts, niña. I've been held up here for far too long. Sylvia will be furious with me.
Granddad? Granddad? Say hello to Abuela for us.
He's gone.
I know.
As Alicia and Danny sat in the empty husk of their childhood home, Frankie and Josie made it back to the places and people they called theirs. One haunting ended, another resumed. I don't know what more there is to say.
Hello?
We're back.
Frankie! Come down here. We've got something to show you.
It's not ready yet.
It's been ready for days. You're just being a perfectionist.
Let the man work.
Oh, shall we?
Let's.
I really didn't have much to do with this, but... Ta-da!
My room is... How did you make it so sparkly?
Do you like it? Cardea said you'd like it. It wasn't exactly my first choice, but I did my best and... Oh, you hate it, don't you? It was all Cardea's idea.
I love it. Thank you, Aaron.
Henry helped.
And Henry. And Cardea, of course. I didn't know such things could be done. In my day, it was all wallpaper, and this bright green would have been full of arsenic, according to Papa, and...
You don't like it? Oh, it's too much. I knew it was too much.
I do like it. The city left me feeling like I wasn't adventurous, but this is just adventurous enough. Thank you all. It's good to be home.
The Way We Haunt Now is supported in part by an award from the Vermont Arts Council and the National Endowment for the Arts. This episode of The Way We Haunt Now was written by Courtney, Floyd, and Georgia Mckenzie, with sound design by Brad Colbroock, and voice acting by
Alex Bowie as the drivers,
Allie Hylton,
Jeff Goldman,
Kirsty Woolven,
Natalie Hunter,
Ariane Marchese as TV voices,
Becca Marcus as Lota,
Courtney Floyd as Eulalie,
Danny Spiller as Aaron,
Eleanor Gray as Frankie,
Gabriel Perez as Granddad,
Georgia Mckenzie as Josie,
James Molloy as TV voices, Julian Dailey
Maritza Rodriguez,
Gabriel Perez
as Poltergeist Zero,
Jessica Winston as Alicia,
Kira Apple as the narrator and Mary,
Lindsay Zanna as Danny,
Marnie Warner as Parker,
Ray O'Hare as Longfellow's ghost,
Tim Lowe as John Harker.
This episode featured bespoke commercials by V.H. Chen and Craig Church. Many thanks to this episode's spectral sponsor, Georgia P. Mckenzie and Uni Media, who donated during our Indiegogo campaign and made this episode possible. Keep listening after the credits for a preview of their show, Fast Track to 40. There's no need to bust out your Ouija board to keep in touch. Whether you're new to the spirit world or simply a ghost in need of some entertainment, you can visit hauntnowpod.com for information about our cast and crew, content warnings, and transcripts. You can also find us screaming into the void of social media at, you guessed it, Haunt Now Pod. Remember to haunt responsibly.
You're listening to KBOU, KBOO, where the music is all spooky all the time. As always, I'm your host, John Harker, and this evening it's my privilege to bring you some exciting new audio fiction. We'll cue that right up after these messages.
Stop letting tech companies make all the money off your data. When you download Scraper, you get a 0.015% share of the profits anytime your information is sold. The more data you share, the more you make. Use promo code SCRAPE20 today to save 20% on annual membership dues. Scraper Incorporated is not liable for client use of sold data, including but not limited to use of your personal hopes, fears, and medical data for occult purposes.
At Blanket Emporium, we've got blankets and more. One-stop shopping for all your soft goods. Save on cushions, plushies, comforters, and anything else you might need to make your hard spots softer and your soft spots loftier. Come on by today!
Fast Track to 40 is a show about three best friends determined to hit the big 4-0 with everything they've got. It's about the ups and downs of life, love, chasing those dreams, and of course, the sheer terror of realizing that turning 40 doesn't make you feel any more prepared for, well, everything. Fast Track to 40 is part of the Oral Stories family, where you can find stories written by women for women. Listen to Fast Track to 40 wherever you get your podcasts, and follow Oral Stories on Twitter and Instagram.